Wow. Big red candle.
Massive.
We're right below these lows here. 680. Wonder what that was.
Good morning, squad.
Good morning.
Good one.
Good morning.
I had a stop order for that drop.
Oh, nice.
Man, tow him up.
I bet you did, man. It went right down there, just barely swept the lows. Every single low, it just went right down past. Still kind of just, I guess I'm more observing today, just because y'all saw what it did. It was hanging out. It was down below overnight lows, right? It was all down below overnight lows. Everything was cool, and then all of a sudden, what was it? Right? I think here. Yeah, about 15. Well, it was a while ago. Price ran up and broke those overnight highs right here. That was kind of the trade idea I was waiting for. I was hoping for that to happen at open. It didn't happen.
We got Titan setting up. What we
Let's see
think?
that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna
That's a
have
big
to.
setup
I'm
too.
gonna have to. I'm gonna have
That's a
to.
huge setup.
I'm gonna have to look at the chart again, because I was fully anticipating buying this morning for real. Like I was thinking that we were going to go for these. I was looking at the chart right here, and I was like, "Ooh, man, we are just sitting right below." And
I was thinking 640s.
I was thinking at the high we'd break, and then I walked around to the other side of my house. By the time I came back, it already broke up. So then I started thinking, all right, since we're already at the highs, we'll trade back down to 700, which was here, and it did do that. It did do that, but I didn't get in it, because I was thinking, I was like, man, I'm gonna see what
Wait
it
and see.
does. Yeah, I was thinking it might.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would open the. I was
Yeah.
thinking it would open, go higher, up to like 750, and then go push down to that POC. But it didn't do anything like I thought it would this morning.
That 30-minute time frame, it it, it 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 was at the top, kind of curving over. After it swept the highs.
Yeah.
It didn't go. That next 30-minute candle, you usually say the flush style trades. The next one didn't go any higher,
Mm-hmm.
and then it started turning around. It was a nice look. I'm still bullish though. That's most definitely.
Just broke a little bit high.
Let's
She
see.
ran. She got to do something.
I gotta close my share and then reopen it. 1 second. Stop stream. Close all that. Or trading view. Share screen. Okay, should be able to see it. Yeah, we'll
I
see.
see it.
We'll see.
I
Now
see it.
I
We're at
did
a
see.
4-hour level right now. I got a little 4-hour level right here.
Yeah. Yeah, we
And
might.
we've been buying up right here repeatedly. It's been buying up, buying up, buying up. So we got something going on here.
Well, we got a lot of sellers sitting at around 700. So, and I kind of forgot something did happen this morning that I didn't fully account for, and it was leading up to open. We had some massive buy, like big, the ones that basically made price break up and break those overnight highs. If you look at the volume leading up to those, there were some huge candles. So, and I was looking at them, I was like, wow, like, big buys, but price actually didn't really go any further. So there was a super aggressive buying, big candles pushing up, but price didn't go up. So I was thinking, well, then that means somebody's sitting there selling. And sure enough, look, and I was, it's crazy because I was looking at it and I was like, wow, somebody's building a selling position here. But then I just, my my brain just was like, oh yeah, look, overnight highs.
I just sold it to the 640s.
Whew.
I'm done.
Yeah, that's a move. Look at all these 10-point levels that we just ate through. Instant 100 points since open within 5 minutes.
Gold just went to London high.
Went to what?
Gold just it looks like it's sweeping the London high right now. I just took a short on that. Let's see if it continues.
But wait, we down below VWAP too.
Yeah.
Sellers got it right now. They had to get it back above VWAP.
Not working, I guess. Let's see. Let's see what this said. What am I on? 1 minute? Yeah. It slowed down a lot. They put that real long wick in right there, and it just paused right there. Looks like something was happening inside of there. Oh shoot! Look at that, man. I was reading something. I looked over, saw that big green candle. All right, so maybe we come right like this. This might be our spot right here. Something like that. Well, I gotta wait until price comes back up and test the highs, but we'll find out here pretty soon if we're gonna build a range here or if we're gonna keep going down, going up. What's this green line? Nothing? Okay. All the volumes right in the middle. Our next volume level we have is down at 600. So that's about 70 points away. We've already touched that today. I'm telling you, I'm really feeling that 750 level. I told you, I said that that I had a feeling it was going to go up to that 750. I definitely didn't expect to see this first, but I don't know. Y'all got any clear targets that you've analyzed, higher time frames, things like that? Or just sessions? Like obviously Asian session, afternoon sessions, all down here around 600.
I got that 770 area up there, 750, 770 area. And then I'm looking at like if it keeps going down, I'm looking at about 600.
Yeah, so
If
600.
650 don't hold, if 650 don't hold,
I mean,
then I'm looking at
like
600.
I know my obvious places to trade are going to be down here, right? Obviously, if price comes down here, very interested in trading. If price comes to the midpoint of really the day or the session, which is right here, also at 600. So basically between 612 and 600, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 different clusters of things, right? We got our yesterday's New York session high right there. Kind of looks like we're reacting to it right now. So I'd be all right with looking for something right here, but I feel like that's, I mean, it's quite literally middle of the range. But if I saw something coming in, you know, like maybe price set a low in like this, and then it kind of, you know, went like bam, like that, I might look for a buy to go back up. I'm really connected to that 750 level for some reason. I don't know why. I'm gonna take a walk and, and forget about it because I can't push no buttons. I'm sitting here thinking, man, it already dipped
I was
down
like
there.
that yesterday. I was like that yesterday with that gap fill.
You're just sitting there like, I know what my job is. I
I
just
was
can't
tearing
do
they
it.
butt up, man. I tore they butt up yesterday.
It's funny. Yeah, I'll just wait. That's all I can do. POC moved down a little. It moved down to 690 for both MNQ and NASDAQ. And the book is just super thick right now. So we'll just hold off. I'm not interested in really doing much of any trading. Got a little Titan trade right there. That's about it. Got 1 TP, partial TP on that.
Just got a little bounce off the VWAP. See what we do here.
Speaking of VWAP, where is? Oh yeah, I
We
see what you
should.
mean. I'll be right back. I'm gonna walk away and see if this doesn't leave this area, and then I'll come back in a second.
Could be a chance for a higher high right here. If not, if it flushes, then it's gonna probably go back down a little bit. We got the that 600 looking good.
Good morning. Good morning. Where everybody
Yeah.
at?
What's up, brother? Good morning.
Morning, guys. Morning.
Good morning.
There we
Got the
all
whole
are.
squad here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Clyde, I had one of your days yesterday. Not Clyde, but said I had one of your days yesterday.
Amazing?
No,
Oh, boo.
no, a cry day.
No.
Morning.
The 600 looking kind of good. We couldn't stay above 650.
All right. Well, wow, we are at midpoint. We're at 600.
Yeah, see,
He's flying.
Swan. Hey, see Swan, man.
Let's see what it
Them,
does. I think this is.
them boys jumped in there, man. They started selling it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you got to expect after a day like yesterday and the way the market's been, they ready to take a little profit, man, after a day like that.
There it is. There's the 600. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little I don't know. I'm a little beside myself on my analyzing of the market today because I really I had a good idea going into it. And you didn't see what I said, but I was I was already kind of walking this through this morning leading up to it. And as man, when it broke that high, I said, "Hey, wait a minute, you can't do that yet. Don't do that. Don't do it. Not before open." And then when I started looking at those, I'm gonna have to show you. I'm gonna have to show you. Let me do it real quick here. Let me pull this up. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Mm-mm-mm. Right here.
Looking at about that
Look,
568 area.
I already got my levels marked out for down here, so I'm not doing anything with this until I mean,
Where we
like
going at?
what are you gonna do right now? You're just gonna sell. That's the only thing you could do is just sell. I'm not just gonna try to jump in here. Um, I already have other areas that I'll target. But anyway, look at my screen right here. You'll see why I'm talking the way I am. Is this right here leading up to open? I was watching the chart and it was right here. And I didn't see nothing, right? This is all I see. And I said, hey, you know what? Overnight highs, this looks great. I was like, here's the highs. I was like, right up here. I was like, right at open, this is gonna be super easy. We're just gonna buy. But then look at what happened. So first of all, I didn't notice this big giant delta bar right here, but look at this big giant buyer, right? Buy. But price didn't really go up super hard. And then it happened again. And then it happened again, right? So all of this led up to open. And that's when it started to break the highs. And that's when I said, oh, okay. I said, something weird is going on here. And I said, well, it's these big buys, but for buys of this size, price should be going way up, not falling down on the next candle. That there should be continued expansion, like what we're seeing right here. You see what I mean? Like that like this type of volume should be creating that type of reaction. And so I said, well, if there's big buyers here and prices failing to go up, that means that somebody's building a selling position here. And I said, well, we should be looking to sell down to the POC. And that's what I was doing. But then I said, oh, you know what, guys, for abandon the idea. I didn't realize we're actually down low where we might go for the highs. And so I switched up on myself. and I missed that. Either way, I wouldn't have been able to hold on to this type of a move because I don't do that. But I'm learning from my mistakes right now. There's a pool of buyers down at 550. You see them? That's on NASDAQ. This is 550. Pretty similar. You see, there's just big areas of liquidity right down here at 550. I like looking at both of these independently because I've just noticed so many big differences between M&Q and NASDAQ. I'm gonna move this because I want to see where we're at. We're retesting that midpoint now.
I wish I'd have held that. I wish I'd have held that bad boy, man. I bought it 568.
Famous last words, huh? I wish I would have held that. I gotta disconnect or reconnect here.
Them 4-hour levels hitting this week, man.
Yeah.
They popping.
There you are. I don't know why they're not changing colors for me here. Let's see.
We up there at the monthly VWAP right now. So
What's this say right here? I just got a pop up. I don't know why, but I guess Trading View. It just popped up, said don't miss this ultimate plan discount up to 70% off for the next 4 days. I don't know what's going on, but maybe if you guys are looking for a discount, you look that up on Trading View. Well, we went down to that 600 level.
she was a nice day today, man.
Mm-hmm. I haven't taken anything, but
She was a nice little day today.
it
She moved.
was fun watching it.
Yeah, that mud took off, man.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else sell that thing on the way down, or what are you guys doing? I really haven't had very many Titans. We've just had this one Titan set up since open.
Just waiting.
Yeah, had a couple. I know, Darren. If you got your zones loaded up, I'm sure you got a couple of zone trades on there.
You know, said I got a couple of zone trades.
What kind?
I said I got a couple of those zone trades.
Nice.
I got that one that was just at the bottom there.
Unfortunately, I didn't get any on the 5-minute.
Mm. Yeah. You got 10 o'clock in 6 minutes.
That's the next best time to trade.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it does.
Are you bullish for it? I'm bullish as far as a V reversal almost. What you think? Or a continuation back down?
Let me look.
It's
So
pushing hard.
we are, I mean, dude, we're right at the midpoint. So
Will we go for the low a day?
Let me see.
Because she went right back down, man. Hard push.
I'm just seeing if this is actually live or not right now.
Possible W trade coming up right here. If we go back and test that bottom.
What is going on? Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some live speaking going on right now. I'm trying to figure it out. It was on my TV a minute ago, but it's in another part of the house.
Man, Trump set it off yesterday, didn't he, man?
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Who got that
Okay,
yesterday
well,
when Trump spoke?
yeah, so there is live stuff going on right now as we speak. So there's some speech stuff going on all about jobs, economy. Last time I walked by that TV, it said something like Vance speaking about, jobs and economy and this and that. And so I was like, is that live or not?
We got
So
news today, don't we?
so
Here in 3
there's
minutes,
supposed to be a
we
bunch
got
of news.
PCE.
I think there's
Yeah, there's
news at
supposed to
10
be a bunch
o'clock.
of news
In
today.
3 minutes. Yeah, in 3 minutes, we got PCE.
I think there's news at 10 o'clock as well.
Imagine that, huh?
it's funny. Yeah, so I don't know. We could buy, we could sell. We could do all sorts of things. Based on what I'm looking at. Let me pull my charts up.
I think if we go down back to that 4 hour level and retest and then build back up from there.
I don't know. I'm probably not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna keep watching. It looks like that's my theme today. I'm just gonna watch until the market presents a setup that I'm familiar with that I can take action on. I right now I just feel like I'm guessing. I have no idea which way the markets are gonna go. Like if they break these lows, do they want to sweep and go higher? I don't freaking know. I don't know where the market wants to go right now. So it just hasn't. The last clue, I know I keep talking about it, but the last clue I seen was all the way back here, and I'm still beating myself up that I read it right, but didn't execute on it. So I'm still over here stuck on that. But yeah, so I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait until something really super clear sets up, and then go from there. Like if price pushed below the lows and we saw a super clean flush and it was easy to get into, okay, we could buy if it sweeps these lows. We could do the same thing if it tries and sweeps these highs right here. Those are ideas, right? We could look to trade these outside areas like that, right? Or you could wait for whatever this news is. Look, what do we got? 15 seconds. Wait for the news to come out and then, you know, I'll try to pull it up and see if I can't get it super fast. There it goes, pushing the lows, huh? Yeah, see that just pushed down 10, 20, 30, 40 points in one candle. That's hard to catch. fast profits, but it's hard. There's a lot of buy limits down there right now. Down there at 540. $10 What do you got for us? Looks like that 60 level's trying to hold. I wonder if we could start trying to play like 60 to 70. No. Yeah. If you look at these levels and they're this close together like that, you know the market's volatile. Because this is 200 points between here, here, here. That's 200 points for each of these levels on one contract on NASDAQ. So you got to be, this is the same thing I said yesterday. You really got to just be good at this. Like, we kind of have the flush style thing right here, but the risk, you've got to decide like exactly where you're going to go and where would you want to risk it. Obviously, your invalidation points below the low here. I don't see any buyers stepping in yet. Like, I don't actually see CVD like changing over green. So
Did you finish that quantum? The
Did I
update
do
on the
what?
quantum? You finished the update on that quantum?
Do you mean the update where it draws the lines?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got that one. I just nobody like reached out and was like, "Hey, could I get that?" You know what I mean? So I haven't. I didn't release it. I talked to people about it and said, "Hey, I got this," but nobody specifically said, "Yeah, I'd really like to try this or that." So I have it. I can release it. I just haven't done so. So
Okay.
if you want to try it, if you want me to upload it, I can do that.
Yeah, I was just thinking about using it for like trail, see how it worked for trailing.
Yeah, let me pop it on here real quick. Let me see. I got it. I got it on one of these charts, or I had it on one of these charts. I must have. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, just kind of see how it did throughout this whole session here. Yeah, I mean, it would have. It would have told you to get in right here, which was 1 minute after open. So obviously, price pushed down hard at open. It switched quantum from green to red. So on the open of the next candle, it would have been like sell, right? And then your stops would have been up here. And it would have kept you in all the way down to here, which is pretty cool. But I mean, you obviously you would have been in it to here, and then if you continued to try to hold it, it would have gotten you out right here. This is the first time it actually touched the quantum line. There's a TP here. There was another. So if there would have been one sell here. There would have been one sell opportunity there and one sell there. So yeah, that don't look too bad on a day like this, where it's trending. That's what I was thinking it would work good for. I can push that update. I'll just leave everything disabled so that it's all turned off. Everything stays the same for everybody, but if you want to add those lines and levels on there, you can just turn it on. Okay, well guys, I finally got one trade. I went ahead and I did trade the 550 up to the 60, and I did it like 2 minutes ago. It was right in here. It was just because price had come down it tick touched that level there. I put my stops 1 point below these levels. Then it touched it again, rejected, touched it again, and didn't go down. Then it touched it again, and so I entered right inside of here, and I actually rode this drawdown. I was like, no way! I finally take a trade. I bought like on the dot at that 550 level, and I mean, it got really close to stop, but then it went up and hit TP. So I got one right there. That one's okay. I'll probably wait for one more and then call it with that. And I only traded this one here because it slowed down long enough for me to look at it and see, where I could say, all right, I could see obviously we're selling. So we sold all the way down here, right? Price pushed down, broke these prior lows right here. If I can get the right line. All right, so it broke those lows, hit that line, and then you see how it just got stuck right here. So all I was trying to do was play very, very simple trade. Once I could see this level holding up right here, right? I just wanted to play it right back to there. So my stop was 11 points. My take profit was 10 points. Just very, very simple trade right down there. Yeah. Got our next area that we would either build another little area of pretty much the same way I drew this up, how I said, we can watch this high here, watch this low, which is there, and then look to trade these little outside areas, right? When price breaks out of them, you just do the same thing as price goes down. If you want to do it like that, otherwise, what you're going to be doing at this point is looking at this level right here. There's a little gap between there and this low right here. So this is going to be like probably the Asian. Let me see. This is London low, and this is overnight lows. So yeah, I'd say we're probably going for those. Traded straight through the entire range.
And why in general does price like kind of go to the previous session's low or high?
I think I don't know if anyone can actually answer this and give you a real true answer, but what I think is that they're kind of like those what's the right word I'm looking for? They're the self-fulfilling, because everyone sees those, right?
Okay.
Everybody
Yeah.
sees them, everyone knows they're there. So automatically liquidity is going to pool in those areas. And then the other thing too is I don't know how much of our volume these bigger guys trade, right? Like I know a lot of people think that it's us against them, but I don't really completely think that it's 100% us against them. I'm actually thinking it's more them against them, and we're just in the mix. You know what I mean? Like they're like two
Yeah, we're
giants.
kind of insignificant to
Yeah,
them.
they're like two giants, and we're like little ants running around, like And so, yeah. So now, yeah, maybe some of our volume helps a little bit or whatever, right? But I don't know for sure. Or maybe algorithm we're just harvested by algorithms. I don't really know exactly what it is. So I don't know, but what I do know is that if you watch how you see that liquidity map on my my chart, this thing right here. Hold on. If you watch one of these long enough, you'll notice that, see, and I'll squish mine up like this sometimes, like, see, like this is where we're currently trading at around 555. So I'll look up and see this takes me all the way up to say 600, and see it will shade it based on relative volumes in the viewable space, right? So between 600 and 515, basically a 100-point range, the highest amount of passive volumes are going to be brighter, right? So we could see where the more of the bigger ones are. I don't know why it's not showing up on my chart right now, but as I zoom in, it will. And so like when you see it like this, you'll see that when these areas get populated, price ends up going towards those areas more times than not. So what it seems like is that that there where volume is at, the market tends to kind of gravitate towards over time. And so
Okay.
maybe there's just I know that as we approach I mean, you can see it happening right here. As we approach these prior highs and lows, look at where all the volume is right now. I mean, if you actually look at where a bulk of the volume is, you can see where it's at. And so, when you have session highs and lows, obviously everybody knows, and like literally people that don't even trade know about sessions. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, you do that Asian session, I heard about that. And so so everybody knows about sessions, and so it just seems to be one of those self-fulfilling things. But yeah, you watch this and you'll see a lot. That's where liquidity always pools around, are the highs and lows, and these are all limit orders too. So you can't even say, oh, that's people's stop losses. Like this isn't showing stop losses. These are only limit orders that you're seeing here. So these are profit targets. They are. I mean, I guess they could be a type of stop loss, depending on your configuration, how you have it set up. But for the most part, these are just well, I mean, these are all limit orders right here. So they just pull up around those highs and lows and around round numbers specifically. And you can see it right here too, like where this big thing of liquidity popped up right here, real bright wall. It popped up. Price was trading up here, right? Price was up here when that popped up, and then as soon as it popped up, look, price started going kind of into consolidation. You can see that it moved almost like looking like a barcode, and look at the same time how price reacted. That to me means that liquidity being placed on or off the market has a direct impact on price. Because how else, why else, I mean, unless this is an algorithm that is placing liquidity based on how close, there's obviously there's something going on there as to why, as price pushed away and then as price came back, it was like added and removed in that fashion, and I don't know. I don't know if that is an algorithm reacting to price or if that's price reacting to liquidity. Because I've seen some stuff happen before where I can see liquidity being added and removed, and I'm telling you, it actually looks like it's what's driving price when because you really don't know. Like, okay, is price? You would think price would be the driving factor, and the algo would be reacting to it, but there's been some places where I've seen some behavior here on the chart where I'm like, okay, no, price is definitely reacting to that block right there. This place really held up here. I guess they're not saying anything interesting. Look, that was got to be the most boring 8 o'clock we've ever had. I mean, it definitely put a stop to the trend, which is funny. I mean, at 8 o'clock on the dot, or at 10 o'clock, I should say, 10 o'clock on the dot, all that bleeding just stopped. It was like Vance pulled out a Band-Aid, said, "Hold up, real quick, let me just get off this mic," and then 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock came, and it just said, "All right, we're done dropping." Somebody pushed the button. They just said, "Okay, we're done with that the cycle, and now let's wait 15 minutes." And look, and then right here at 8:14 or 10:14, it starts lifting up out of there. The algorithm, it's alive.
It's like the market doesn't know what to do right now for the last 15.
I know, it's gross. It's actually gross.
It's just, it looked like it was kind of going up slowly, and then boom, we're going, nope, back down.
Yeah, I saw that.
No, I'm group trading two different accounts. One is a PA and one is a like a combine account or whatever you call them. The and man, there's a big difference in the amount.
Oh
Like it
yeah,
should be, usually it's like, $5 or $10 difference, like by the end of, a few trades.
yeah.
I got a $200 difference.
Mm.
That's crazy. I don't know if one, because one's a PA account and one isn't. I don't know.
Wait, so let me make sure I understand. So you're trading. You have them in two separate group trade accounts, right?
No. They're both, I made one group trade account.
Right.
One is the PA account and one is the, I don't know, what do you call them? The demo, they're not demo accounts,
The
but you know what I
evals.
mean. The evals, yeah.
Right.
I got one eval and one PA account. And they're in the group trade. They trade together. I can see the price going up and down.
Right.
But it might have been I was in a trade where there was a huge wick, like instant fast, and the take profit. Luckily, it went my way. The take profit, like it doesn't, when there's a huge spike like that, it doesn't close exactly at your price.
Right.
And I'm just wondering if that's it.
Yeah. I mean, those things seem pretty freaking spot on, though. Like, you're doing
It's
it
just weird.
the
There's
exact
quite a
same.
difference.
Yeah.
Same
I don't
everything.
know. I can't say if I've ever actually noticed any big amounts of
They was both the
differences.
same. Was they both at a zero slate when you started?
Yep.
Right, so
Wow, that's
they were
crazy.
perfectly in sync, and he was in all the trades were being copied to the exact same. But listen, I guess realistically it could happen because look, this is the reality. What is happening is when you're taking those trades, like think about when you're placing your order, you're not placing one contract, you're placing four, and then it's being split across four accounts. So there for sure is a splitting where whether it's just going to 4 different little computer file destinations or whatever, you know what I mean? It is definitely splitting it and going somewhere else. So maybe, like you said, just in a
Maybe it was the one
millisecond.
trade.
Mhm.
Because I wasn't keeping an eye on it until I just noticed now, but I do know there was one trade where the candle spiked like super fast,
Mhm.
and it's like, wow, I think I actually lucked out, and
Okay.
it went in my favor. I got more profit than what my take profit should have been
Mhm.
because
I lost you. Matt, you cut off. I don't know what happened. But while he's fixing that, well, or is it me?
Well, you have to do it on TradeOvate, is that correct? Not
yes, you can. There are many
Look,
third-party
we got
top
another
tier
pop
accounts.
right off that bottom. We got a little triple bottom on the 1 minute.
Okay. All right. I think my mic was cutting out. I thought it was you guys, but I think it was actually me. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay. I wanted to point something out. I want to point something out that hold on, let me think for a second here. Let's see if I think that this is it. Okay, yeah, so anyways, I was thinking we're starting to build a little range down here. It's starting to look kind of rangy to me. And so it's a kind of a long shot, but it looks a little rangy, right? Hold on. Okay, so it looks a little rangy. What I was really liking the idea of was price fake breaking the low and taking the low of overnight session and London session, right? I was thinking that fake breaking that low down there, but I don't know, we're kind of that's kind of far for a fake break. Look, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. That's as big that's as big as the current range that we have right now. So maybe not. Maybe not. That also makes me kind of reconsider like this, like if I want to even try to trade a fake breakdown here, because look, let's say price comes down here and we try to take a trade here, well, it might still go down there to those lows. And market is not putting us in, not putting me in a good position today with the way I trade. Not giving me clear things.
I mean, we might head back up to 25,700.
To what? 700?
750, baby.
Yeah.
750 is a stretch, but because that'd be a new high.
750 looked real good when we were right here. It's 740. Wow, look at that, man. It's pushing. Right back to POC.
I'm waiting for it to sweep them lows.
Yeah.
At least retouch that 4 hour low that because it never touched it.
Well, I'm just gonna watch this area. I've pretty much made up my mind because I don't know anything. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I always trade the same stuff. I trade up here at the highs, trade down there, and this every time it's building up a little range, but it's just too far away. So I'm just looking and I'm getting bored. So yeah, and like see, I would normally trade this, but again, I'm talking myself out of every single trade. And then and of course, it's one of those types of days where it's like, all right, I've talked myself out of this trade and that trade, but they all ended up working out. You know what I mean? It's like, you're like, no, don't, I'm not going to take that. We're going to be safe. We're going to be safe. And then I miss a trade. I've literally missed like 6 trades today that all would have worked out. And I
You ain't
take
missed nothing. You were being safe and boring, and that's good.
Yeah, but
I know.
I know.
I'm being safe and boring right here with you.
I've taken 2 trades. So I mean, I
Me too. I'm up 100.
I lost one and I won one. So I'm barely up right now. But yeah, and I'm with you on that. It is better. Good example, Cedric. Better to be boring than force it.
As soon as you
I
said
want
I'm
to buy
bored,
so bad.
people get bored and then they trade just because I got to get in a trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. I don't want to buy that though.
Well, you know what? I am.
Yeah, I wanted to buy it. The same thing at this bottle. I was like, okay, but it's just so close to this low.
My problem is I just actually keep like either missing them or seeing them and then talking myself out of it. So it's not even a matter of just trading because I want to. It's literally the opportunities are there and I just keep on talking myself
Not
out of
taking
them.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like you said, 1, 2, 3, 4 times it's been down there, and I haven't bought not one time.
I'll do a personal admission. I got in a trade, and it was one of the previous candles, not the one I was talking about where it spiked, but there was another one where it dropped dramatically, and I didn't have time to place my stop loss, and boom, $850 negative. One trade.
That was today?
Yes, and
Holy.
but the good news is I've got my way back to even now.
Woo, man, you've been putting in some work.
Oh yeah, that's
I don't
grinding
want
it
to trade
out.
it all now.
That's grinding it out.
Do you have any fingers left?
No, but my eyeballs
Nails
are
are all
sore.
gone. Figured it all nubby.
Yeah,
Eyeballs are sore from staring at the chart intensely.
I bet. That's funny though.
And that's why I just wish there was the bracket like trading on the group, right?
I
That would
know.
play because I could have a default like just stop loss of like 10 points and then I can adjust it manually if I need to, right?
It's real. It is actually crazy that Tradeovate has not created that feature. Like how
It's
do
so
you
simple.
have a whole platform? How do you offer group trading?
The
You know,
simplest of things.
yeah, how do you actually offer group trading and like how do you offer group trading and not like yes, you can group trade, but you're gonna have to give up the most important features like the ability to place your stop loss and take profit and use any sort of automated trade management functions whatsoever. So this way you have to do it individually on all 20 of your accounts. Yeah, we're going to make it possible for you. We're just going to make it kind of weird and hard and scary. Yeah.
And what I should have done is, and I normally have that, is if I had my daily loss limit set, let's say at 500, it would have just stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Well, let's take a look at this here. Let's copy.
We're hanging around that 600 level where it likes to reject off it.
I'm not going to pay attention to it because it knows I'm watching, so I'm just going to act like I don't care for a little while and see if it starts to treat me better.
See? Oh, just rejected. God
I'm
damn.
not listening. I'm not listening.
I literally could have taken my own advice. I made a quick
Well,
10 points.
check this out. This is something I'm about to be releasing
$40.
today.
I took your advice.
Well, you can buy me a cup of coffee.
So this is something I'm about to release today. We'll check this out for a minute. So this is hold on, let me move it. I'm gonna change my settings so it doesn't just say this is something new for mentorship. Now look, I'm gonna give it a very basic name. I'm not even gonna make this a big deal, but I actually considered calling this
Call it Cedric.
that's funny. Call it Cedric. Call it the Cedric. That's funny. I was
Super
actually,
basic, man.
I was actually thinking about calling this thing like a holy grail because when I was testing it,
Oh my God.
I was like, whoa,
You
you know.
said basic and then said Holy Grail.
Yeah. But then, like as time went on, like I saw some losers, so then I was like, okay, it might not be a holy grail, but it's definitely worth watching. And the other thing is that, and this is the main thing, is that I was building this specifically. This is again, this has to be stressed. This is going to make a big difference. Y'all know that I have trouble entering markets where it's trending quickly, but those are some of the most profitable situations, like today, exactly what we just saw. But I am too scared to just jump into something that's fallen like that. And I'll just tell you, oh shoot, my battery might die. If I just disappear, it's because my headset died, and I will I'll fix it. So, oh God, I hope I notice. If you guys, if I go away and don't come back within 1 minute, hit me in chat. I got chat.
Yeah, I'll message you.
Yeah, or call me on my cell. So
Yeah.
so yeah, what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh shoot. Oh yeah.
About
Okay,
trending
so
markets.
when the market is trending, dropping quick, just like it was today, I am scared to enter the markets like that because the volatility is hard to identify, right? And that's why, like I say, when you got these lines on your chart, it's easier to see because if they're squished together, you know it's really volatile. Well, it's hard to tell. And so it's all about risk. And what I started building was something that would help us get in those areas where price is moving down quickly like that, but it'll do our contract sizing for us. And so that's why it's very exciting. And I'll show you right now. It looks like this. And all of this stuff can be adjusted. Okay, so it can all be adjusted. This is like first version, but I'm ready to go ahead and send it out. Literally where you see the little sell label is your entry. I've got that little sell label pointing at the time and price of entry. So when as this candle was developing, you have something called ghost lines that would appear if all of the conditions are being met. So as this, you can actually see them. They're not supposed to be showing up like that, but I can actually still see them. You see that little red line? I didn't know that was there. It's supposed to disappear, but those are the ghost lines that I was talking about. And so you can kind of see where your trade is supposed to be as the candle is developing. Then once it closes, the lines are still there, but it says more like pending entry for the sell and how many contracts based on your contract size. And you have your stop loss, your take profit, and then this. So that's that, easy enough. Boom, it does one at a time. So this is what would have happened today. Opening candle would have opened and it would have closed. The next candle 1 minute after open would have pulled back. You would have sold with one contract. It pretty much hit the entry to the tick, and then it went straight back down to the TP in the same candle or the next candle. Then that candle closed, and then another sell was ready to go. So then when this candle opened, it would have come up and triggered the sell on that one and came down and triggered the TP. And then because that candle closed, that made another entry signal. But remember, you can only trade one at a time. So this is configured to only do one at a time. So you can see how that happened. So boom, right off the bat, I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 trades right there. This one lost at the very, very bottom. But you can see here's a couple more. So here's another one, and you'll see where these ghost lines are. You see, it's trying to identify trades in areas where the market is falling. See, in this one, this would have been a trade, but price never pulled back, right? Price never actually pulled back to that entry. So that's why you can see the ghost lines there, but and they're in other areas too where price just didn't pull back. But in this case, I mean this is what I'm talking about. See, this is when I was like, holy grail, because I was like, yeah, this is what I was trying. Like Matt, I like to trade the midpoint of the candle.
Yeah.
All I've done is I've added the entry to the midpoint and I've added conditions around that to try to, say, okay, I'm only looking for those types of sales when just exactly like I told you, where I was like, when TV Blast or Quantum is trending up strong, look for prices to come back to that midpoint and you can enter with defined risk there. And so I've just developed that a little bit. And like we start getting a little bit of feedback going. Here's some more trades here. So I mean, these all won right here. That one won, that one won. That one hit the TP. I know it looks like it hit the stop loss, but it hit the TP before it hit the stop. And that one won. And then this one would have lost because it's all the way down here. But yeah, so I'm gonna publish that today, and then what my plan is, I'm gonna be adding some different modes in there to where we can try to use different modes to identify what quick movement means, right? Like how this type of movement, like you see how it's only identifying trades in those areas, like that's the type of price action. I wouldn't want them to appear right here or right here. I only want them to appear in areas like this or like this. You see how I've got these dots where they're I got different things reading different things, but yeah, a little something to be excited about. Forgot what
That's how I learned how to trade, was trading the trends like that.
Just looking for little micro pullbacks.
Yes, and I'm pretty excited about that, but I'm still in my 100 trade thing with the Titans, so darn it.
Yeah, well, hey, we'll get there. Let's see. What am I?
For sure. Done for the day, guys. I made 375.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Very good. Man, where am I at? $300, man. It's only a matter of time, and next thing you know, you have 20 accounts like that. 20 accounts all making you that same money.
Price came up to the midpoint of the
Session. I see
the session, and then it's kind of hovering around there.
Yeah, I see that.
There's a saying that less is more, right?
There is definitely a saying.
We have I don't recognize your voice, or are you relatively new here? Who is speaking?
Yeah, I'm Les.
Oh, Les. Hey, we have a saying: slow is fast and fast is slow. You try to go fast, but it slows you down. You go slow, and it's actually faster than trying to go fast.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and I never believed that up until a couple of weeks ago.
Until you tried it.
Like, oh wow, look at that, it works.
I knew better.
After you blew 10 accounts? Yeah. Been there.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what though? It's not all your fault, man. It's because where did you get the idea? Think about it. Where did you get the idea to leverage a prop firm? Or where did you get the idea to trade? Or where did you see this information at, right? You seen somebody doing it, and most likely it looked fast, cool, and I'm sure there was some money involved. And so it's like, and then we're in full control, right? And it's actually kind of crazy how easy it is for anyone to just load up and start trading. You know, it's actually crazy how, you know, it used to be hard to get started with futures. It actually used to be hard to get started trading futures. You had to have some serious money. First of all, you actually had to have initial margin, like you had to have like actual money in the account. You couldn't just like how Forex, you could, you know, a lot of the Forex brokers, you deposit $10 and start trading or whatever. Futures was not like that. So that's why when prop firms came out and people were like, "Oh yeah, they have prop firms for futures," my initial reaction was like, "Good luck." I was like, "Yeah, good luck with that." Yeah, like, you know, I don't see that going. But then I realized how things have changed. I mean, it's so different now, from whenever I looked at futures. I looked at futures like 10 years ago before I don't even think a prop firm was a thing at that time. So
And I remember literally 35 years ago, my dad gave me a book, and it was about a guy that was trading futures, but back then, obviously, much, much different.
yeah,
And it was kind of it went based off of the seasons. Like
yeah,
if you would buy corn at a certain season,
yeah,
like in the summer it was going up, and then the winter, you know what I mean? So it
yeah.
was kind of based off the seasons, but there wasn't leverage. It was just like well, I think there was actually leverage, but like obviously it was like a hold. I didn't get into it, but it was just interesting. My dad gave me, he goes, "Oh, you should look at this. Like, you know, there is ways to make money at this." He wasn't doing it. He just gave it to me because he was a farmer,
Yeah.
and but it was interesting because people looked at it much different back then.
Oh yeah. Before electronic trading and all. Was
Yeah,
it
yeah,
before it was before that, right?
yeah. Well, it's 35 years ago.
Okay, yeah. Dang. How the times have changed, huh?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say it used to be, a lot of people say it was easier to make money back then with trading than it is now. They said like a lot of the older traders will say that electronic trading and everything just absolutely ruined it. A lot of them will talk about how all the traders being there on the floor and actually having buyers and sellers in the same area, you know, that whole pit aspect of it is, you know, being able to literally see, you know, when people are buying and when they're selling, what they're doing, was a totally different, I mean, a totally different trading experience than what it is now, and I could totally understand that.
And people like they would buy, you know, orange juice or pork bellies, and they would hold them for months, not like 30 seconds like we're doing.
Right, right.
You know,
Yeah.
that was the norm to hold it for like a long time.
What was a book I was reading, or I was listening to a book? It was called somebody told me to do it. It's very popular. It's old. Hold on. Bet the best loser wins. Somebody kept telling me you got to read the best, because you know, the way that I teach and the way that I talk. They're like, you've got to read the best loser wins and da da da. You know, because when I talk about risk management, people start talking about books they've read, and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, I read that and I heard that da da da. And I don't see the correlation yet between me and the book of the best loser wins, but that, man, that book is like, it's old and you can tell it's old, and you can like just, I mean, the guy is really good at storytelling, you know, whereas he's going through the book, you almost feel like you're back there in the same year, you know, and he's talking about his positions and how, you know, how he would actually kind of like control the market to a degree. He was the whale, if you know, at one point. If you've ever read the book, you know, like it kind of it is kind of interesting how it gives you a different perspective where, you know, where he's the one that's got the big size, you know, and the traders are watching him trade, and he's trying to figure out how to profit against the masses, essentially, you know, and because he's got his positions are so big, they know where he's at, so he's constantly trying to figure out how to trade in size without the masses figuring it out. And it's kind of funny because we are the masses, you know, in context ways, like if you
Yeah.
compare now, you know, to then, it's like we're reading the book, and he's talking about his competition, and we're actually his competition. pretty good little listen so far. I don't think I've finished it.
That's really good.
Those, man, those books, those are the type of books that make me, they would just put me to sleep. Because what I'll do is I'll listen to them when I go on a walk, and I walk a lot. So I'll go walking around and I'll listen to that. And if I come in the house and sit down, if I sit, let me just put it that way. If I sit down, I'm asleep, and then I lose my place. All right. Well, guys. Not my biggest day. I took a few stabs. I was not good at predicting. Could see
You're still positive.
I am green. Yeah, I'm green. It's funny that I ended with gross P&L 200 because I'm basically risking 200 on each trade that I've taken today. Just I'm doing 10 points for 10 points, and I've just kind of gone like I've gotten stuck a little in here, and I've gotten a couple good ones here. I didn't trade any of this because this just it all happened too quick, and y'all were there. I just don't do well in these types of environments. So then I waited for the range here. That was where I got my comeback trade was right here is when it came down there and went to these lows. Somewhere in here, I can't remember where it was, but yeah, I'm up. I'm up. That's on all of my accounts. So I know that it doesn't look oops, what's that? Oh. I know it doesn't look crazy, but y'all remember I'm trading 20 of these. So, we call
40.
so so a little money was made today, and like Matt said, it wasn't a loss. Days like today, see, for me, like that kind of shook me. Like I'm pretty good at analyzing where the market's going to go when it does something totally different, or if I have like made a plan and then midway noticed something, had to quickly change my plan and readapt to it. It kind of messes with me because once I get a bias, I'm whoa. Yeah, once I get a bias, I am kind of stuck to my bias. And so my invalidation point for that, unfortunately, was the other side of this range. And so I mean there was nothing, I wasn't interested in trading anything inside of here. And yeah, so it just didn't present a lot of opportunities for me today. I don't just sell into trends just because I see them going down. It doesn't feel right for me. I like to have really clear price action. And to give you just a very clear example, this is what I like to trade. And look at what that price action looks like right there. And now look at what this looks like. You should be able to see a big difference. Okay, and then obviously we have this, right? 3 totally different type of price actions. We've got clean, structured, clear price action in pre-market. This is super easy to trade. This I'm just not good at entering trends on the while they're in
Yeah,
development.
but Ken, that's super volatile. That even though it went kind of down overall, look at the wicks going up and down, the candles up and down along the way. You would have been stopped out probably if you just
Well, yeah, because look, one can remember the distance between here and here is $200. So maybe if this will help you guys, go add the round level indicator and just enable 10-point rounding, and just know that if you trade one contract on NASDAQ, it's $200 between each of these lines. And so when I'm sitting here watching this, right, I'm trying to make $200 and I'm trying not to lose 200, and I'm watching it slam through 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 points, and then we have a 10, 20, 25 point pullback. That's hard. That's hard.
you're up $1,000 and now you're only up 500. And
well, and
if you're holding it,
the thing is, I won't be up 1,000 or not because I am so quick at it. I place the pending and I am ready with that stop loss. So I'm just gonna instantly lose $200 very, very quickly. And that's why when the market gets super volatile like that, I just can't. I actually feel scared. Like I don't know how else to explain it. I actually feel like out of control. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to explain it. It's a feeling that you get where you're like, whoa, I can't participate here. It's like you're standing on the edge of like a river and you're about you want to jump in, but it's flowing way too fast, like white water chopping type of thing, you know? And so that's what it's like. I can't go in like that. But here, look at the big difference. See I could trade this and I could sit here and I can watch it, I can talk about it. I can make a decision to abandon the position if I want to, which I did do this morning. That's why I'm at 178 and I'm not at 200 because I took a partial loss. And it was earlier somewhere wherever I was talking to you guys in mentorship chat. I said I was going to sell to the POC. Stupid, because it did go to the POC. But I said, I think it was right here. I said, or no, it was over here. Something, I don't know. I said, never mind, guys. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to close it. And so I think it was like right here. I closed the trade. And I had sold it here. So I literally closed it like right here. And yeah, so yeah, this is easy. This is hard. And yeah, the same thing, like Matt said, all these wicks in here. So yes, maybe somebody else with a different trading style, they can make some money in here, and it is starting to look a little bit better for sure. But I took my stabs. I know when to stop. I'm green. Made a couple thousand still, even with it being kind of a tough. I mean, it was one of those days where it's like I'm green, I'm red, I'm green, I'm red, I'm green, I'm red. I'm just done with it at this point. So that's that. It was fun watching. I've still got a bunch of stuff, you guys. I know I keep telling you I got this, but y'all know how it works. I'm working on it. If I say I'm working on it, I'm working on it. I have a majority of the videos done. I'm about to push the buttons. They're all going to upload. This is mainly for mentorship people. You guys all know what I'm talking about because I kind of keep you guys up to speed anyways. But yeah, I'm going to put those in there. I've got some indicators I'm going to be releasing, all that kind of stuff. So just keep an eye on Discord for your announcements. You'll hear from me at some point today. And I'm going to hop off. I'll be back tomorrow, which I guess is Friday. This week has been weird for me. Friday the 23rd for some more live trading in the morning, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Yep, thanks.